The fundamental theorem of algebra lets you know how many roots or zeros are possible. With this being said, remember a root is the same thing as 0. Now, this doesn't mean that all of your roots have to be real. Some of them could be technically imaginary. So by the fundamental theorem of algebra, it states every polynomial in the form of p of x equals 0 of any degree with complex number coefficients. So remember, a complex number is with an I or not an I. So it could be in the form of 2 plus 0i. That would cancel out the 0, or it would cancel out the I, so you'd be left with 2. That's just an example. So every polynomial in the form of p of x equals 0 of any degree with complex number coefficients has at least one complex number solution. Now, this does not mean that you can have it with an I. Just a complex number just needs to be in the form of a plus bi. Again, that b could be 0, so it has to have one solution, basically. Now, like I said, some of those answers may be real and some of them may be imaginary. Okay, so by the number of roots of a polynomial equation theorem, every polynomial equation of degree n has exactly n roots. Again, some of those could be imaginary, some of those could not. Another vocab word is a multiplicity. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyway, so if I were to look at, and this is already going to be in the factored form, let's say I have x plus 1 cubed x minus 3 squared equals 0. So what they're going to say is, you know right now that it's going to be -1 and 3. Because it's the opposite of what we see. We've talked about this before with our zeros and our roots. So technically, the -1 occurs 3 times because it's to the degree of 3. So this x equals -1 has a multiplicity. Make sure I spell this correctly. Where the 3 has a multiplicity of 2. Therefore, our degree, we add our exponents, so 3 plus 2 gives us 5. There are times, though, that you will be asked to state the number of roots the equation has. Realistically, remember, you're just looking for your highest degree. If you need to find those roots, you can factor, you can use synthetic division. It all depends on what you want to do. If you're looking for multiple roots, you know, this is where your multiplicity comes into play. Otherwise, this is a pretty short video just talking about, you know, how many roots you could actually have and what a multiplicity is.